Greetings and welcome to One Sparkle Love Church. Thank you for being a part of my congregation. Each day brings a new day. With a new day is a new you. Before you go to sleep, you have been birthed. Then you fall asleep. You go into REM state of sleep. You are now considered dead physically because your body goes in comatose and you are doing astral travel. So you got birth, death. When you wake up in the morning, you are rebirth. That is reincarnation. It's not for many lifetimes. It is a 24-hour period, you become reincarnated. Now, every year, you get brand new tissue cells on the outside of your human body called the human carcass. That's why after 10 years, you must get rid of your mattress because you have at least 1,000 pounds of dead tissue cells. So you're reincarnated and you create new life with new tissue cells. That's the way it works. You really don't comprehend how 3D third dimension works. I'm one of the lucky ones that does. That means every day you have a new day to create change in a person, place, or thing. And of course, the first change is yourself. That's just logic. And this was meant to happen because it is one of the paths that you must take in life path to soul path. That's simple, not rocket science. When you break down the blueprint schematics and the fundamental mechanics, you will totally get what I'm saying. But yet you decide to stick around and think you're doing the same old thing every day. That is far from the truth. You're just afraid to see the truth the way it really is. So when I see things, since the day I was born, I look from the inside out. I don't look at the outside. I don't look at people, the way they look, the way they dress, if this tree is falling apart, how this caterpillar is turned into a butterfly. I don't see the exterior. I am focused on the interior, the atoms, the protons, the neutrons, all the things that chemically compound the makeup of any living organism. That is what I see. That is what I create from. Then it makes sense why the skin tissue cells fall off. Look at a lizard. Look at a snake. They all lose their skin shell. Skin shells. You know what I'm saying? Their cells are regenerating. That's exactly what you do every day. And how you do not see this, I do not understand how you don't understand the blueprint schematics of the human species. You all are bipedal molecules. It's that simple. So when I see the internal, it tells me what level of emotion you are regulating on, and that's technically your aura. The same as you walk into a church, the white glow around the disciples, that is their aura. It's right in front of your face. How do you not see the obvious? So seeing the inside from the day I was born, when I'm 12, I'm studying plants. I want to know the chemical compounds of the plants, to know the chemical compounds in the human body that correlate to the human body part. And so I've been, since I was 12, how do herbs heal human beings or any species? Simply because herbs are God's gift for healing. It's that simple. So everything that I've seen, because I know I'm supposed to be doing this, because I have knowledge from past lives, then I just turn around and do it in this life, and that's the way it is. And then if I go to question, I question man-made concept, man-made products. The government, it's amazing. It's a 2-year trend. Pharmacy companies come up with a particular prescription. The doctor will okay it. Then they start making money. 2 years later, it's called a trend. 2 years later, all of a sudden they have to recall that because people are getting sick or dying. It's like man-made concepts create man-made products that create sickness, illness, disease. They've been doing this since the beginning of time. And so when you decide to actually see truth, you see the inside out, not the outside in. Everything is the opposite of what you perceive it to be. So I put on my profile on a lot of social media raindrops, because I see the inside out. So think of the Wizard of Oz, how the houses were blowing in the storm. That is, the house is tilted, bringing up the dirt with it, so there's a solid on the bottom, and raindrops around it with red clouds. Is this time zone? Or is it a time zone in a different dimension? A different galaxy? Because remember, I see the inside out. I see the different dimensions within each species. You are technically multidimensional. You just do not realize it because you only see the exterior, not the interior. I remember when I was in my 30s, I was at work, we're outside. Yeah, I smoked cigarettes for 45 years. Took Chantix, killed that puppy. It's now 6 years smoke-free. Hip hip hooray for me. There's a time and a place for everything. I'm at work one day, we're outside taking a cigarette break, and I asked my coworker, why is it people can't see me from the inside out? He said, because they have to get to know you first. It didn't make any sense, because in my brain, I see from the inside out, and I always have. And that's why it makes sense the older I get, why people are so bizarre to me, because they don't see reality. When I was a kid, I used to get mad a lot, and my mom would tell me, they can't read your mind. And I would say, well, why not? I do. I do telepathy since the day I was born. It's one of the God's gifts I brought in this lifetime. So if I can do it, why can't other people do it? It doesn't make any sense. why they cannot. It doesn't make any sense. Now think about in the movie Ghost, when they're in that subway, and that ghost is teaching, I don't remember the name of the main character of the movie, but teaching him how to move things with his mind. You gotta move that soda can on top of the trash can with your mind. And he finally did it. Well, yeah, of course, that's seen from the inside out. How do you people not do this? How did you even survive in your life, as far as you have, not being able to understand reality? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Learn to see the inside out. Move things with your mind. There's so many other facets in life that you could totally understand when you technically go within, see the inside out, and then go out and see the outside in. You do both sides. That is just activating left and right hemispheres of the human brain. That's all. It's not hard. It's not hard for me because I've been doing it for lifetimes. It's just hard for you. Now, I will do more in one lifetime than most people do in 10 lifetimes. That means I have a lot more chaos to have to go through each and every day. Because I'm not coming back to do this shit again in the next life. I will move on. And I will be taking all of my knowledge from past life to the next life. Rule. Key particle. Start planning what you will look like, what you will sound like, what type of personality will you have. Everything you must document who it is you will become. And so then, I do this, everything else falls into place. That's how it works. You know, your life, your career, everything else falls into place when you specifically seek, find, conquer, move on. Seek what it is you don't understand. Find what it is you don't understand. Conquer the fear of not understanding. Now you understand, you move on. Seek, find, conquer, move on. It's not hard. You must learn how to see the tree in the forest. Document findings. Create the findings. Conjure, manifest who you're meant to be. And this I have done. And this I will continue to do. I'm an AHEB, Advanced Highly Enlightened Being, and I was born this way. I am Esoteric Wiccan Veda AHEB Doctor in Trilogy. And this is why I've set up my life. Everything I've ever wanted to do, I've done it. Everything I've ever wanted to become, I have done it. That's why it is important to document what it is that you want, what it is that you need, what it is you desire. If you just think it, that's called wishful thinking. That's a bunch of crock. Document. And then who needs to see that document? Only you. It's like your diary. Same thing as the Holy Scripture. It pertains to you specifically. Create your world the way you want. I have. If I did, you can. That's simple. No rocket science. Logic. So now, what are you going to start working on? Yourself. What are you going to start doing? Documenting. Yes, you have the time. I'm in my 20s and 30s. Raising 2 children, married, working full-time, in college. In my 30s, I threw in the military. So yes, you do have time. Well, in college, I did not watch TV for 15 years. Why? Because I am busy. TV is the stupid box. The newest stupid box is social media. How is that social media going to help you in 5 years? How is anything going to help you in 5 years? Only the documenting of who you are for you. That's your life path, the soul path. So get to work. You got a lot to do. I'm 62, and let me tell you, the older you get, the more you're around older people, the more they complain about aches and pains. It's a fact. I've seen it dozens of times, and it makes no sense when you're old and people are doing this. When you're young, people are doing this, and it makes no sense. You get older, and they're still doing it. It makes no sense. The more that you complain about it, the more you're going to get it. Keep that in mind. Misery loves company. You're creating your karmic debt. So the more you complain about your aches and pains and the life you've lived, the more you will receive the same. That's the way it works. So get on your little, what do you call it, magic carpet. And start creating some magic of who you were, who you are, and who you're meant to become. It's that simple. I'm an AHEB, doctor in trilogy. Did I get that way, sitting there hanging out on TV and social media? Honey, I've been working my ass off since the day I was born. Do I have time for shenanigans shit? Of course not. I am busy. What am I doing? I am an ordained Reverend of divine energy. I am a guide, a spiritual healer, spiritual teacher, spiritual counselor. I am guiding you from life path to soul path. Just like a priest, a preacher, a reverend, a rabbi, and the list goes on and on and on. You choose what to listen to. You hear with your human ears. You listen with your whole body of being. 4 quadrants and personality. You choose. So, limit yourself. Watching TV, 1 hour per day. Social media, 30 minutes per day. You, let's do 18 hours per day. You decide what to bring into your world. You decide how to create your world. Only you can do that. Start working on you. And life is love. Love is life. Blessing from Reverend Ms. Lewis and Dr. Ms. Lewis. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe and follow. And have a fantastic day. Thank you for your support. And on a side note, this is called a UFO detector. It will let you know with solid blue lights beeping there is metal within the hemisphere above you and below you. It is just telling you that there is movement in your atmosphere. So always keep that in mind. Get yourself a UFO detector. You never know when it might come in handy. Have a fantastic day.